3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1132. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. And thank you very much for your support in helping me reach 300 subscribers at the time that this video is uploaded, as well as your presence during this reading. I first want to start this reading by talking about the number 122, as well as 123. The number 122 is about how change starts with you. So there could be something here about changing the way that you think, feel, believe, changing what you say, changing what you do, how you make your decisions. That is bigger than you and could potentially inspire others to make the same changes or just make positive change in general in their own lives. And the number 123 is about trusting that everything happens for a reason. So, if you do feel called to make some sort of positive change within you or outside of you to make a difference, you feel called to do this for a reason. It is, and it always will be, bigger than you, how you show up in the world, how you impact other people. It matters a lot. I don't know if it's called the domino effect or the ripple effect, but you just have to keep in mind that whenever you have a positive impact on somebody, that positivity, that same person can have another positive impact on somebody else because of the positive impact you had on them, and it could just keep going. And the same thing could happen with negativity. Positivity can just be as infectious as negativity, and vice versa. So be wise about how you express yourself, how you show up in the world, how you make your decisions. Even how you speak to yourself, how you think, feel, and believe. And I just saw the number 333 on the timer, which is about self-expression and communication and using your voice. So this could be a call or confirmation or guidance for somebody to express themselves honestly and authentically, do what you truly believe is right and fair and just. The number 3 can also be about healing and growing personally and spiritually, and being committed to this healing and this growth, so that you can attract everyone and everything that is meant for you, and just generally have more peace in your life. And using your voice and this healing and this growing, it could all be connected, but it also doesn't have to be. Only take what resonates for you, and leave the other messages for, other people that it will resonate for. Getting into interpreting number 1132, the number 1 is about having trust and faith in yourself, as well as the universe, to help ground yourself and bring yourself more clarity. Is there some sort of fear here that you are experiencing that could be clouding your judgment, including how you feel about the universe or whatever higher power you believe in? Is there some sort of darkness here that needs to be worked through, some self-doubt or doubt in the universe? It does feel like there's further confirmation for you to express yourself honestly, not just to other people or just in the world in general, but also to yourself. Maybe there's something here that is very important for you to be honest with yourself, no matter how tempting it is to run away with a self-told lie. Maybe about your potential, about what's possible, or what really happened in the past, whatever it may be about. And there are 2 ones in 1,132, so the messages to have trust and faith in yourself and the universe are fairly decent here. Moving on to the number 3. I already just so happened to tell you what the number 3 is about, and this really just feels like a powerful confirmation for you to use your voice, express yourself, heal, and grow, so you can attract and retain relationships and situations that align with you honestly and authentically, you know? It could be important for somebody here to recognize how much power they actually do have in their lives, their relationships, certain situations that they're connected to. I did see the number 654 on the timer, which is a sign to trust everything happens for a reason. So maybe you need to recognize your power in the situation for a reason, or just trust that you are being dealt the cards that you are dealing with for a reason. It does feel like someone here could be being presented with a challenge to express themselves more, or to heal, or to grow. And maybe you are intuitively picking up on that this is meant to challenge you, but not in a way to make you doubt yourself, but rather in a way to help you empower yourself. It feels like this is an opportunity for you to have more trust and faith in yourself, as well as in the universe, trusting the universe to catch you when you fall, or to catch you whenever you take a leap of faith. And I want to say, sometimes too, it's less about having faith in the universe and more about just having faith in yourself. Like, I'm getting this feeling where somebody takes what feels like a leap of faith, but they were always capable all along. Just the way that things aligned. Maybe if you looked at things differently, you would have seen that you would have been fine. You would have been okay. And things would have gone better than you might have been afraid of. Like I said in this reading earlier, only take what resonates for you. Moving on to number 2. This number can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation that you are connected to, that this reading could be about. It can also be confirmation or guidance for you to really, be very mindful about the decisions that you make, and to make sure that you are protecting your peace, your future, and what really means the most to you. There could be a situation or a relationship where it's just really important to be mindful about your decisions. I think it's always important to be mindful about your decisions, but maybe there's just a reminder here to be extra careful, or really let yourself think through or reflect on something before making some sort of decision or saying something. The messages to think before you speak and to think before you act have been quite significant lately, and that could be confirmation that you came across this reading for a reason at the right time, of course. if it resonates for you. This could definitely be a call for somebody to pay attention in general, and maybe even what this reading has to offer you. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5, and 5 plus 2 is 7, which is about expanding your awareness and your consciousness and becoming wiser and more deeply connected with your soul, the higher power that you believe in, the spiritual significance of your existence and everything that you have been through, that you are going through, or that you will go through in the future. There is an opportunity here to learn something or to realize something, and it may take some reflection, some time, but perhaps there is an opportunity here to wake up to something. And even if you feel, and maybe even if you feel called to teach somebody something with what you have learned or woken up to, or share what you have realized, especially if you want to have a positive impact on somebody or just in general. Overall, this number 1132 has really been about having, grounding yourself in the trust and faith that you should have for yourself, that you may already have for the universe. Your voice and express yourself and take an opportunity to heal and to grow, maybe even to face your fears or some sort of fear. And I just saw the number 222 just as I was about to, recap on what the number 2 is about. So it feels very, very, very important for somebody to be very wise with your decisions at this time and to put your peace and what means the most to you first right now in some sort of situation or relationship. Show up as you authentically and honestly feel called to show up, because there is something here to learn or to realize, and I want to say to remember. Maybe you'll wake up to something from a past life, or just something that you forgot from the past in this lifetime. It really just depends. So, the number 330 might be significant. It could be also 3:30 on a clock, 3:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the afternoon. And whenever I was thinking about how that number might be significant for somebody, I saw the number 321 on the timer, which is a sign of trust that everything happens for a reason. I know that maybe 3:30, what specifically came to mind was like what time somebody gets out of school. I don't know why, but hey, we gotta trust everything happens for a reason. So I'm gonna take that message, if it resonates, the number 330. But you can see that there are many cards on the table. We have a deck of playing cards. These are just a box of cards that I made and wrote on myself. And then these are just index cards that I also made and wrote on myself. And we're going to start with the playing cards. So let me just set these other cards off to the side here. I'm only going to draw one of these cards. There could be someone or something that is important for you to let go of or to walk away from, even if it's just a break or just, some space for some limited amount of time. Which card? Let's go take that one. So I have the 2 of Wands in reverse, it looks like. Yep, that number 2 is definitely standing out here. The Two of Wands upright is about planning for something you've received, an opportunity to express yourself, a passion, or something that aligns with your soul, what is true to you. And the next card, the Two of Wands, I was thinking about the Ace of Wands that comes before the Two of Wands when I was talking about an opportunity presenting itself to you. But the number 2 is about making plans. Thinking about the future, thinking long term with whatever this opportunity is that aligns with your passion or your truth, or however you want to describe it. We have the word decisive written on this card, so it seems like there's some plans here that are stalling, or you feel stuck or confused or lost in some way, like you want to invest in some sort of opportunity, but maybe you don't know where to start, or there's something just standing in your way. You might notice that the fan in the background is louder, and it's because I had to turn it up because they have music playing in the other room, and I don't want my video getting copywritten, copy striked, whatever, or anything. So, as I was saying, there's an opportunity here that aligns with your passion or your truth, but you feel stuck in some way, or plans are being stalled, or something like that. Let's go ahead and move into the box of cards here. I'm only going to get out one of these cards. So let me just take this one. Ooh, we have another 2. Crazy. Okay. This card actually has 2 sides. And the side that I saw first is it says Divine, and it has number 111 and 222. The number 2 just feels like more confirmation of that significant relationship or situation, and to be very wise about your decisions and prioritize your peace and what means the most to you. I also wanted to say to prioritize your worth. I just saw the number 122 and 123 on the timer. It feels like prioritizing your worth, you're being called to do that for a reason, and maybe part of that reason is to make a difference, or to have a positive impact on somebody or some sort of situation. And I also saw the number 111 on the timer, which I think is very interesting, because I did show on this card for you that there is number 111. We established earlier that the number is about having trust and faith in yourself and the universe. And it feels more in particular the universe, because this card says divine, and it makes me think of the divine, as people call, the higher power that they believe in, that they may not have a particular label for. At least that's what I use that word for. But this situation, whatever you feel called to do or say, it feels very much divinely guided. And on the other side of the card, there's lots of other numbers. We have 333, which we already talked about. Confirmation to use your voice, to heal and to grow, and to be committed to your healing and your growth. We have the number 555, which is about change and transformation. That feels like confirmation to embrace some sort of change within you or outside of you, to have a positive impact or to make sort of difference. And we have the number 444, which is connected to ancestors and stability. So your ancestors in particular are coming through to encourage you to protect your peace, so that way you can protect your stability, your safety, your security. If you truly want to feel safe and secure, it's important to be honest and to trust that the universe will catch you when you fall, or catch you when you take that leap. I believe that the universe always protects truth seekers, genuine, honest, and ironically, truth seekers. And what else is written on this card is actually written in Italian. It says, Adoro la mia famiglia molto, which means I love my family very much, or a lot. So there could very much be family involved too. I'm going to put it on the side that said divine. So this could be a family relationship or just something happening at home where you have this opportunity to express your passion, to express your truth, but you feel a little bit lost. And maybe what could really help is giving yourself some time to reflect and to think about it. Don't act, don't speak until you truly feel ready and confident enough to do so. And I felt connected to the word abbastanza, which means enough in Italian. So that's confirmation from your ancestors. Do not speak or act until you feel confident enough. You don't have to. Now I'm being reminded of the Lion King, and whenever Simba's father was telling him about how when you should be brave, only be brave when you have to, and don't just go around being reckless and showing off how strong and powerful you are. So this could be a call for you to only be brave if you have to. If you don't have to be brave right now, if you're safe and you're secure enough, no pun intended, wait to act if you're able to. You don't want to, it feels like you don't want to rush this, whatever it is. But I am going to wrap up this reading now by drawing out one of these index cards here. There could be something significant here about a mirror, and because I felt connected to the word specchio, which is mirror in Italian, your ancestors could be confirming the significance of a mirror for somebody. We have two cards. I only wanted to take one of them. I will, but I'll show the other one, but I won't put it on the table. The first one I want to show you is it says West Virginia, which, if you're not from the United States, that is a state here in the United States. So most likely this might only, that West Virginia might only resonate for you if you are American. It doesn't have to, but maybe that's just extra confirmation for somebody. But the other card says, I hope things will work themselves out in our favor. Someone here has hope. This could be you, could be someone else, or this is a call for you to have hope. Overall, this reading has been about grounding yourself in trust and faith and using your voice, expressing yourself to protect your peace, your worth, what really means the most to you, what you feel is right or the just thing to do in a particular relationship or situation. You could feel scared or anxious to use your voice, and I feel like it's really important to reflect on that. Learn more about what that is about, what the fear is about. Is this fear trying to protect you, and you genuinely, feel like it's going to lead to an unsafe outcome? Or is it just limiting you, and you're just afraid of what you don't know? There is something to learn, to realize, to wake up to become more conscious and aware of if that is what you choose. If you choose to reflect, to think before you act, before you speak. And I feel called to say, if you do decide to reflect, wait until you feel satisfied with the reflection that you have done. If something feels unfinished, that's probably because it is. And you may need more time to think about something. This reading has also been about some sort of opportunity, a passionate or honest opportunity feeling stalled, or something slowing it down or holding it back. But because of this divine card, this is definitely happening for a reason, I want to say. Just wanted to make sure that's still recording. But somebody here is hopeful. This could be you, it could be someone else. And I encourage you to trust whatever you think that hope means.